Consulted, and today I'm here to bring you another part of our networking series about consulting. Specifically today I'm going to talk about why consultants respond, and the converse of that is why they don't respond when you're going through the networking process. Networking for consulting for me before I went through was a big black box, but it's actually kind of scientific when you look at it from the inside. And so I've broken it down in order to help you better understand how to approach consultants so that you can make sure that your chances of getting a response from them, not only a response, but active assistance, is the highest probability. So what I'm going to do is break down the reasons that consultants respond to you in networking into 4 different areas. In these 4 areas, I'm going to highlight both what is compelling for them, also how you can do this in the best way possible. So the first thing that I'm going to walk through in why consultants respond is that consultants find it very important to enjoy who they work with. And networking is one way that all of us stood as gatekeepers for who came into the firm. The people that we were really passionate about bringing into the firm and the people that we really enjoyed, we worked very hard to bring into the process. The people that we didn't enjoy in the networking process, we used as a pre-screening process in order to keep them out. Consulting is a very people-oriented business. Consulting firms are people-oriented firms. And because of this, because we're not selling anything particular, we're building a custom-made solution for each client that we work with. It was really critically important that we got all the right people on board. So because of this, every single person who's going through the networking process is serving as a filtering mechanism for the firm. It's really important that as you're going through the networking process, you're not just about business. You want to be professional, you want to be clear, you want to be well articulated, but at the same time, you don't want to be too pushy, too direct, or too dry, because they want to get the sense that they would really enjoy working with you. It's important at the end of the day that you're really yourself in the process. The second thing that's very important is that consultants use networking to protect the brand and the future of that brand. So when I was working at Bain, it was very important to us that Bain had a specific culture that we wanted to continue to cultivate. Bain's culture is very collegial, it's very fraternal, it's very supportive, but it's also full of incredibly motivated and talented people. And so because with the future of that brand being so important for us, as we were both a part of the firm and later as we went on to leave and go on and do other things as alumni, the brand still remained important to us. So it was important to use the networking process to assess whether somebody would fit culturally into the firm. It had a lot less to do with some of the things that you evaluate in the interview process, like will this person be good at solving cases? Will they be good at leading themselves? Will they be good at managing their interactions with other people? Those are a lot of the things that you assess in the interview. Here, we're just trying to decide, are they a cultural fit? Do they fit the brand? Will they be likely to be an impressive advocate of the brand, both when they're at the company and into the future? The third thing that was important was understanding that each one of us as consultants had received a lot in the process. We usually had at least one person who had poured their life out for us in order to get the offer at one of the top 3 firms. But not only that, there were also many other people along the way who had contributed. So each of us felt an ethical responsibility to pay forward what we had already received. The people that we were the most likely to pay forward to were the ones that were specifically really excited about getting into our firm in particular, as well as the most likely to get in. And that brings me to my 4th point. The 4th, and potentially most contentious, but also maybe most important to understand, is that many firms did and will into the future give compensation when someone who is a peer of someone who's currently working at the firm was brought on board successfully. Now, what I mean by this is that the person had to drop their resume, go through the interview process, get an offer, and accept the offer. And when that happened, when we were at Bain, they would pay us. We would get a payout for that process. They considered every single person an important part of the recruiting and networking team. And what this meant was that we were willing to invest the most in people who were likely to go the distance. So we didn't just want to pay it forward or look for people who we thought could do an okay job. We didn't just want to get resumes in the door because there wasn't any benefit to us tied to that. What we wanted was to make big investments in the people who are the most likely to be successful at the company. So that's one reason that it's incredibly important to go through the process of networking with that in mind. If you are actually doing a good job throughout the networking process, you're going to help someone else. And that's helpful to remember across all four of these things. It's important to assess whether or not you're going to enjoy working with the people, whether or not you're a good cultural fit, whether or not you would be willing to sit in somebody's shoes and pay it forward, and finally, whether you're going to be the best type of person to make an investment in. If that's true, then it's important throughout the networking process that you're communicating that you are a likely candidate, that you came from a great school, that you've done really well in your jobs. Focus on all the positive things so that somebody can really serve as an active advocate for you in the networking process. If you've enjoyed this, we've got lots more Where It Came From on our website at managementconsulting.com.